All right, thanks, Thorfinn, for agreeing to do a testimonial today. Can you just start with a brief introduction of yourself and your company?
Yeah, my name's Thorfinn, and I work for a company called Easy R&D. And what we do is provide quite a specialist R&D tax service to innovative UK companies who are doing something slightly different. And there's actually a tax relief for those companies that a lot of people don't seem to know about. So my job is generally educating people, informing them about this government scheme that exists, and then walking them through the process of claiming that tax relief because it's not particularly straightforward.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so can you describe your situation before we met or around the time that we met each other? Any challenges you were facing?
Yeah, of course. So generally speaking, trying to find customers in this sector is quite challenging because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lack of awareness of the scheme. It's a little bit like the PPI insurance that everyone heard about, several years ago, being missold, and it's a lot of business owners feel like this is too good to be true because they've just been running their own business, doing day-to-day work and haven't felt like they're doing anything special. So to discover that they're owed quite a lot of money is met with some degree of skepticism. So because of all that, I tend to have to send out quite a large volume of emails to various people with a slightly scattergun approach, because you just never know if someone's doing R&D until you've spoken to them. So trying to engage with them in the first place is tricky. So what I was doing was, quite poorly targeted mass broadcast emails, and it was taking up a lot of my time to do. And the challenge is just the hit rate on that. And at the same time, as you not wanting to give yourself a poor rating on your email sending, because you don't want to end up in someone's spam folder.
Mm, okay, great. And can you describe the process that we've gone through, like working together over the last few months? Like, what have we put into place in some of the systems?
Yeah, so I mean, it's been good actually. It's taken a lot of the work off my shoulders, which really is why I engaged with you in the first place, because I've got all the time in the world for strategy and thinking about targets and messaging and all the rest of that. But actually, when it comes to managing databases, scheduling emails, keeping an eye on multiple different inboxes, that's the thing that I didn't have time to manage, and my prospecting had died a death because I just didn't have time to do it. So what we've been able to do is put a couple of those strategies in place, write email scripts with various different scenarios. So depending on the reply, you get an email A or B. Test the different variants of emails and test the different target groups. And what I like is the fact that we do meet up on a semi-regular basis to talk about how things have gone, how we might be able to improve the messaging or the targeting for a better hit rate with more qualified leads. So that's been really good. And at the same time, I just don't have to do any of the manual stuff that as I said, did not have time for.
Yeah, cool. And so can we talk to some of the results that you've seen, over the last 3 or 4 months, and any kind of enduring, results?
Yeah, sure. We've generated quite a lot of interest, I would say, compared to what it was like when I was doing it myself. We've been able to increase the volume of emails going out, which is a big tick in my book. By opening up multiple email accounts, which is really helpful. And again, that's quite technical, and I would have to learn how to do it each time I did it. I've done it once, but doing it multiple times takes a bit of time. And we've been able to generate far more leads than I was able to beforehand when I was trying to run it myself. We signed up 3 qualified clients in the last couple of months, which is good. One a month is a decent hit rate, and I think there's quite a bit still in the pipeline. One particularly exciting prospect, which I'm looking forward to seeing if that goes anywhere. And yeah, just nice to have a steady stream of calls, of meetings, and eventually clients coming in.
Yeah, and we've been using LinkedIn as well. Has that been kind of a surprise for you to use LinkedIn and see results on LinkedIn?
Yeah, actually, if you'd taken away LinkedIn and it had just been email, I think we'd have only got one client. So actually, the LinkedIn approach has led to two of the three clients we've brought on in the last few months. So again, it's one of those things that I knew was possible to link up your email strategy with your LinkedIn strategy. It was just I didn't have time to learn how to do it and then manage it all myself. So having that done and having the two working together, I think has been quite effective.
Mm, awesome. And do you have any other comments or points to add?
I really like your emails. So
Okay.
when you send out the, is it once a week or once a fortnight emails, I read all of them, and there's often quite a nice takeaway from those, so they don't end up in my spam folder.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries.